in here. Why don't we just set up proper? Chat, close your eyes. Because when you open them up, you're going to fucking cry. Oops. You don't have to close your eyes. It doesn't matter. All right, chat. Are y'all ready? We're literally stepping in to the fucking... We are literally stepping in. And by the way, this is only one scene. Come on in, y'all. If you haven't submitted yet, you could do it right now. Command Confessions is what we're on. Come on down, dude. Jesus F. Christ is looking over us on this fine hump day. And, let's just say the communion wine spilled, and we need to place another order. Let's just say. And I'm just casually today. The Lord forgives. It's okay. The Lord conveniently always forgives. Drinking in the booth? Who said that? Doesn't say you can't do that in the Bible. I can have as much liquor as I'd like in this confessional. Actually, now that you mention it. So I'd fucking appreciate it. Don't invoke the Lord's name either. I'm not trying to have any of that, okay? If I see if there is any invoking of the Lord's name, God forbid you make fun of him in a cartoon. Oh wait, no, I don't have it set right. Shit, we broke character. God forbid. You know? God forbid. I am laughing my ass off. Honey Bloom, it hasn't even started. Yo, so just you wait. This makes you want to drunk communion wine and confess. I mean, Macy, my child, whatever it takes to get you to repent, you know? Looking snug. Yeah, the Lord said I could dress like this today. Yo, Rando, how you been? The Lord said, went from daddy to... I'm literally screenshotting this. I'm literally screenshotting this. Went from daddy till to father till. Yo, that's wild. It's 7:01, my children, and just like that, we're not in the right spot, though. We're not in the right spot. We're not in the right place. We're not in the right... Come, my children, hold on. Come. Come on. Come on, my child. It is okay. It is okay. It is okay. We are here now. I am opening, FYI, for safety reasons, I am not gonna show the actual submissions on stream. I am going to like copy, I'm just gonna do it in a specific way, okay? Don't mind me. Don't mind me, my children. Do not mind me. For I was once lost just like everybody here. Clearly. Very clearly. Oh, we have 18 responses just for the confessionals? Oh my god. Yo, call me Father Young. That's unbelievable. No, Father Till is funny too. But Father Young is also literally insane. Hold on. This priest isn't drunk enough. Hold on. 1 second. Y'all know priests love their wine. This is just a different type of wine. We're drinking in the booth. Oh, forgive me, Father. It's at 7:03 and we're about to get... Oh my god, homie said got levels to share. Oh no, I'm nervous. I have to... The first submission I have to move past. I have to move past the first submission. Because, I don't believe it to be appropriate. But that's okay. Hold on, my children. Hold on. Okay. So first, oh, my child, what is it you want to say? My child, dismiss. Okay, there we go. Okay, you got levels to share. My child, I can feel the pain and suffering in something that's been aching you a long, long time. I lost my virginity in a church. It was consensual. My child, Oh my goodness. This might be the most egregious of all sins. This is our first sin of the night. I'm hopeful that some of these sins I can look back and say, no, not a sin, you're human. The Lord forgives regardless. My child, this is a sin of the highest caliber. You absolutely shagged in a church. Hold on. Ugh. Oh my God, you hear that clink? You shagged in a church, mate. My child. I've heard this confession before, and it's always wickedness the same. It was the thrill of the moment. It was the thrill of the chase. How did you feel after, my child, when you went home that night and you were alone with the Lord and you were alone with Christ? How did you feel, my child? Don't answer, please. Again, nobody is answering. We do not want to know whose is who. So I'm going to break character and say that again. Command disclaimer. My child, when you had your private moments with the Lord, and as he says, idle hands, make sure you go home and just absolutely say 12 Our Fathers and 69 Hail Marys, because I'm going to tell you what, that is some of the most heinous shit. I mean, if Jesus himself were here, he'd probably say no big deal, Mary Magdalene was down to fuck anywhere. Now, he might have said that, but conveniently I'm gonna ignore that Mary Magdalene ever existed or was ever spoken of. The original sinner. Ugh. Vile woman. Oh. Alright, so what's the next level? Okay. My child, you saw combat. Oh, okay, this is... Okay, hold on. Yeah. Hold on, let me read these first. My child let us know that they saw combat in Iraq and Afghanistan, and let us know of a few other things that had happened there. And I would honestly say, breaking character, just to say, not from like any holy perspective, is that you did what you had to do when you were serving your country, good sir. Is how I would say, is how I bit my tongue, is how I would honestly respond to it. I prefer dumplings over pasta. Now this is something I don't know. I am from New Jersey. Or good ma'am. Good Jesus, good sir, good ma'am. Thank you, goons. Good catch. My child, I've been sipping. My child, I've been sipping. My child, I have been pouring up. But not that type of pouring up. The healthy kind that was written about in the Old and the New Testament that Jesus blessed. Dumplings over pasta. I mean, my child, you're coming to a pastor from New Jersey who would say that this might be even more egregious than the lovemaking you did in a church. Though if this pastor is drunk and feeling themselves, he may admit, I never did anything in a church, but I was trying to think of something funny. I couldn't think of anything funny quick enough. Having said that, my child, you are absolved of all of your sins, and you will start to wipe the slate away and clean for what you have done, for the bounds that you have crossed, and the times that you've had in the name of sin. Leave this chamber. You need 29 Our Fathers. You need to burn 2 Bibles. And never not say Jesus F. The F is for fake Christ for the rest of your life. But alright, next confession! That was just one! Oh my God, this is getting wild. Okay. Ooh, this one, I do have to read it first. I do have to read them first. Okay, this one's wild. It's not that wild, but I think this might be a case of one of my children having... Oh, the Lord's children, not my children, excuse me. The Lord's children. The Lord's. The Lord's children, sorry. When you get all this untaxed money and have all this power in history, you tend to forget your role and let it slip sometimes. Give us your money. Ba-dunch. So a few weeks ago, my brother-in-law saw my ass on accident. I'm female. We live in the same household. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So he saw you. Okay, so he saw your butt cheeks, my child. He saw your butt cheeks. Okay. We live in the same household. It's awkward. I don't know who to talk to this about. It's funny to me, but also horrifying. F's in chat for for the Lord's child. F's in chat for the Lord's child, because this is, you know, I hate to bring this up, but this, you know, the Bible is hella misogynistic, and this comedy tonight is going to exist in reality at the same time as suspended reality. So the Bible is hella misogynistic, and honestly, the Lord is telling me through this cup that since you are a woman, if you were a man, maybe the Lord could have... I can't say this and not break character, dude. But, as we know, the Bible states, you know, you should, you know, the Lord's child, you know, the Bible is misogynistic, but knowing that our numbers are declining each and every day in terms of people who actually believe in this shit, I'm gonna take the 2022 approach, my real approach, and just say, hold on, I gotta paste this, hold on, that my child, it's okay. You know not what happened. You know, this is a simple mistake, my child. You know, you were probably walking out of the shower nude, or you were probably, I mean, dude, I say that because, yeah, F's in chat. On a real note, I mean, that's just like a shitty situation. As somebody who's had roommates for a long time, or a roommate, like, this shit low-key has never had. It's so funny. In my actual living situation, this is, thank the Lord, his fake name never happened. But it's just kind of low-key bound to happen. You know what I mean? In terms of who you can tell, I mean, I think you can laugh with your sister. You said your brother-in-law. I'm making an assumption here, but your sister or your brother, whoever your sibling is, you know, I bet you could laugh with them and just be like, dude, it was, I don't think your sibling, you know the situation best. I don't think your sibling is gonna hold that against you. It's also hysterical, and then one day you could put him on the spot and be like, remember the time you accidentally, like, it could just be funny. I don't know, it depends on your family dynamic and how people can handle jokes, honestly. You know what I mean? I tend to think this is hysterical, and you have nothing to trip over. Oh my God, this next confession is wild. Holy shit, sorry you saw my fatty. All right, chat, I'm in between staying in full character and breaking to give honest answers. I think here's what we're gonna do. I think confessions is gonna be absolutely hysterical, and life advice will be honest, real answers. How about that? Because, like, a part of me wants to actually answer, but then the other part of me wants to go completely off the rails and just fucking nuts and just die. You know what? I'm just gonna dive in. I'm diving in, chat. I told her eventually. Jesus Christ, comma. But, oh no. But I slept with my best friend's ex's. Wait. So your best friend, you slept with their ex-husband. Okay. Lost my virginity to him? My child. I mean, this is just a confession to get it off your plate, my child. Premarital sex, though, the Lord does tell us. I'm trying to be a hip with the times priest. But oh, does that Lord of ours tell us about premarital sex and the sin that it is. Sure, I use my tax-free dollars to gamble, and that's technically illegal, or to contribute to political campaigns, and that's technically illegal. Oh, my child. You were wrong not for the sleeping of whom, but whence. But whence. Whence. Laidlaw. Dad bod, cheers to you. Thank you for the follow, by the way. But whence the sleeping occurred. The fappening happened upon no ring and recognition under the Lord of marriage. Sinner. I need you to say, I hope, all I can say is I hope the Lord finds it in his, again, conveniently, the God is always a man in our religion, even though we come from women. You need to pray for his forgiveness. His, my child. Take this with you. Take it. Taketh it, my child. It is of Saint Michael. Take it with you. For I'm not certain the Lord can forgive you. I know I already have, but the Lord. Go and be with your secret. Yo, what the fuck? Was it her ex-husband at the time, or was it her husband at the time? But now they are separated? This could be a book novel. Facts, facts. Let the Lord... Yo, Cyber, how you doing? Before the next confession, I want to say hi to a few people. Lost your virginity, though. That's a win. Yeah, pretty much facts, though, Lade. Bahahaha, FF. Awkward situations with family members is always an F. Again, chat, disclaimer. This very specifically is for a disclaimer. Oh, no. So this is a true confession. For the Lord does not judge us on our thoughts, but our actions, my child. My child. For the Lord judges us on our actions, not, and our discretions, and not our thoughts. Rip to my boy, though, for sure. This is, honestly, I need to be more drunk. I'm pouring, I'm actively, hold on. Hold on. I need to be more drunk for some of these, because this is wild. Very rarely have I ever drank with the intention of, like, I'm trying to get drunk. But, like, for some of these, I think I fucking need it. Yo, I think for some of these, I keep telling my husband I'm not infatuated with my coworker, but I am. My child, so long as discretion and adultery has not been committed, the Lord will find it in his heart to forgive you. They'll work through this. Understand? Yo, I do it so intentionally, Phil. Please, think upon this. These discretions. If I must be truthful, my child, admitting this to him would only bruise the ego and trust he has in the relationship, I fear, unfortunately. If you feel as though you're going to act on it and want to and eventually do, my child, then though I hate to utter these words in a confessional, a divorce might be imminent. Or maybe you get into an open relationship. But, my child, think of what Saint Michael did. I forgot, but think about what he did when he did that. And remember, my child, that he did that for you. God has D's nuts, emphasis on his with his. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I do feel the need to kind of break character for this. I mean, listen, dude. I think we all get infatuated to a degree often in our lives. Maybe not as often as others. I think we get infatuated with foods, recipes, television shows, people, relationships. I think a lot of people in chat might say, yo, F's for my boy, like your husband. To a degree, yes. But I mean, man, just because your infatuation is a temporary thing, right? It's really like, I think a lot of people might look at this and go, F's for my boy, the husband, right? Not necessarily. I mean, if you act on it and you're unhappy, then yeah. But if you're literally simply just infatuated with them, I've been infatuated with people I'm not sexually interested in before, personally. This priest, again, I can't sleep with, I'm a priest. I'm a priest, St. Michael, dude. Abstinence, dude. They don't mention anything about throwing it at the fucking body shop down in Hollywood, though, I'll tell you that much. They don't say anything about throwing a couple of untaxed dollars at some Mary I'll tell you what, though. Having said that, my child, having said that, this could be an indicator that your relationship is healthy or unhealthy. Like, you could be in a position where it's cool. You could find yourself infatuated, but you know you always love your partner or your husband. Or it could be something where you're slowly falling and fading away. You know what I mean? It could lead to two totally different things, or not, right? Again, my child, the Lord tells us that humility is appropriate, but I fear that my boy's ego would be too bruised if you told and shared this with him. So my advice would be 29 fucking Hail Marys. And if you ever are going to act on this, make sure you're honest if you act on it or feel the need. Because you know what I mean? But having said that, my child, adultery. Remember what he tells us. The Lord, him, conveniently always a man. Remember, laid law, how you doing? Remember what he tells us. And we will move on to the next confession, my child. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Say 69 Our Fathers and refrain from idle hands. Oh my God. Oh, this is a hell of a confession. My child, oh. More adultery. I fear it's riddled in these confessions tonight. More sin. One time, I fucked this girl while my homie was in the same bed. She was there to Oh, I can't stay. I need to drink more. Yo, I can't stay in character. This is wild. This is wild. My child, one time I fucked this chick while my homie was home in the same bed. She was there to fuck him, but he by the way, before I see anything, if you don't think men would do the same thing, you're nuts. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that in mind. FYI. Let's not make this right? You know what I mean? She was there to fuck him, but he fell asleep, and then she wanted to fuck me. I still feel like shit, but then we started hooking up after. Am I a piece of shit? By the way, anything that results in somebody getting laid is like a +1. It's just a plus. It's like, I mean, listen. Let's calm down, because I have a feeling if this was a dude, we might be like, legend. Again, I have a feeling if this were a guy, some people like, let's keep, before I go back into character, let's be real here. If you're a dude right now, you're not wishing the same thing happened to you one time or you know what I mean? Having said that, it just depends, my child. The Lord is channeling through me. The Lord is channeling through me. Hold on. What is he saying? He's telling me that it's homie's fault of you snooze, you lose. And honestly, it depends why she was there. My child, was she there with the intent? Here's the deal. Was your homie, my child, was your homie really into this girl? Was he really trying to get at her for a long time? Did he really have plans to really pursue her on a relationship level? Or was my guy just looking for, was this a hookup? Which there's nothing wrong with hooking up. Was this a hookup? Was this a hookup for him, or was this like a long time coming? I love this girl. Yeah, male or female, I almost tend to look at this. I mean, I'm assuming there's alcohol involved. Because if your homie passed out, why are you, if you're a man, if you're sober, here's from personal experience, and I could be wrong. If you're a man and a lady that you're into, or whatever, you're getting booty called, you're not passing out before she comes over unless you're drunk. So was booze involved? Meaning, you know, we're maybe, you know, standards or ethics a little thrown by the wayside here because, right? Yeah. Like, it just depends. It's really more about your homie than the chick, to be honest with you. Because it sounds to me like her intentions were to get hers. The same bed part, I understand it very well, Blind Bat. The person was drunk. Now, having said all this, what I would do in this scenario is I could easily bring up what I would do. I'm just trying to break down like how I would say this. I tell my homie and stop talking to the chick. But I wonder if the homie was awake, but I'm mostly confused. I'm not. I think they were drunk as fuck. I just personally think, I don't know. I'd say this. If you're gonna, I would feel bad too if I were you. But that doesn't mean you're that doesn't mean you are a piece of shit, my child. The Lord preaches forgiveness. Even if you told me you murdered somebody right now, according to the Lord, I'd have to tell you that you were A-okay because he forgives you. You are not him. Whoever this is. Listen, man. How close was the homie? How worth it was it to lose the friendship possibly over this? Was this? Because she could throw that in his face, right? I'm a little convoluted. I don't know if there's enough information here to give a real answer. I have a feeling these were some people trying to have some fun, and somebody passed out because they had too much fun, and then two other people had fun. I'd be honest, even though premarital sex, you know, according to the Lord, you are not him. Yeah, I would honestly question how good of a homie this is. Maybe they're not as good of a friend as you think they are. No matter what, I'd make sure they, as best I could if that happened. I mean, I would feel guilty though. I just would never be in this situation. Well, it just depends, dude. It depends. There needs to be more information, bro. Because I could think of some chicks I hooked up with in college that if this happened, I would be distraught. And if this happened, I wouldn't have cared less. So here's the deal. You might not have done right by your homie. And maybe you need to question how good of a friend you think they are to you. Maybe you were in a dry spell. Maybe you were just literally like, holy fuck, I haven't gotten laid in a minute. You know what I mean? And she was dead ass like, what's up? How you doing? Whatever his name, right? You know the context of the scenario, my child. I don't think you're a piece of shit for this by the sound of it. I would still say you should question why you're friends with this person, maybe how close y'all are, if y'all are that close. I mean, because again, You didn't say how into her he was. If you said, then we started hooking up, the whole thing is...
It can happen at any time.
Not that. The whole thing is rock bottom. The whole thing is he was like in love with this girl for a year and finally was talking to her. Right? That's just different. Where it's like, bro, you got to do right by your homie. But if it was just something where like he was like, bro, I'm trying to fuck this chick, I'm drunk, and she was into it too, and everything was obviously consensual, and then she came over and he blacked out, and she was like, fuck, I'm still trying to get my nut, and she looked at you and was like, you, and you were like, oh, and you were drunk. Like, I just know this. For me, there are certain friends I probably would never allow this to happen unless I knew, right? Again, like I said, there were some chicks that I had hooked up with in college that I could go, I wouldn't have cared that much. I actually might have been like a little misogynistic and been like, let's go, my boy. Though I don't think that's misogynistic to be like, my guy got laid last night when I couldn't. This, that, I don't know, right? And then there are other chicks where I would have been like, bro, what the fuck is your problem? Right? Like, you know this. So it just depends. Overall, are you a piece of shit? Not in the long run for doing this once. If this becomes a habit, if this is more of a life advice, by the way, even though I'm being cheers. I think this is more of a life advice, kind of, maybe. You just have to dive into the context to understand better if you're a piece of shit. If this is a pattern, yes, you probably are. If this is a one-time thing, and, you know, again, because I'm just thinking, like, I'm thinking of roommates I had in college, where there would have been some things where I would have been like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then other things where I would have been like, I don't give a shit. Here's the thing. A part of this has an echo of... I hate to say this, man. And I don't think it does, but a part of me wonders if there's an echo of misogyny where it's like, yo, you don't own her, bruv. She's a free-spirited individual to do whatever she wants. Now, you are as well. So if that was the girl your homie was trying to get at all of college and he finally did senior year and you did that, you know what I'm saying? But, like, nobody owns anybody, you know what I mean? So, I mean... At the end of the day, it's really more so about you and your relationship with your friend. It's more so about the relationship with you and your friend than anything to do with her. The fact that y'all fucked in the same bed is pretty wild. I have fucked I should admit this, in the same room as people. I mean, I think a lot of people have done that for sure. And yeah, like, in the same bed. I mean, if I'm being real, if my homie told me that, I'd be like, listen, if I'm blackout drunk, you get yours. If you're going to get laid and I'm not, just let me know and I'll leave. I don't know. All right, next one. Next. That was only our third. That was more of a life advice, FYI. That was more of a life advice. Okay, this next one is so hysterical. This next one is so hysterical. One time, which, by the way, Chad, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm copying this from another place and pasting it here. When I open another tab, I'm pasting what I copied, hitting Command V to paste, hitting Command A to select all, hitting Command X to cut, hitting Command W to close, then coming back in here and pasting. Why is that? Because if I don't do that, and I copy direct from the source, that's how it gets pasted. I want it to take on the elements and the styling that I have the intention of, which is 48 font size. These are just little things you learn when you work with computers every single day for 8 hours. So I can paste this in now like this by doing one simple trick, removing the styling from it by pasting it into a random browser source, copying it again. It strips it of all styling. Anybody who codes here knows what I'm talking about. Anybody who deals with HTML probably knows what I'm talking about. Whoa, you turned this into a life advice. All right, no, this next one is just a confession, my child. I did. Because, like, again, I'm thinking certain friends, if I did that too, I'd be like, they might not be my friend. I answered that last one on this level. I had a homie confront me recently and be like, yeah, like, I understand why you did that, but, like, low-key, you should have thought of that as, like, bro, this is your friend. And I honestly admitted to the person, I don't know if that person was ever my friend. Like, I reflected on why I treated them that way, and I reflected on it, I came back with this answer. I never really fucked with them. And I think, like, it was just a convenience thing. I totally admitted that to somebody recently about, like, a past, you know what I mean? This priest is admitting shit. I've funneled taxpayer dollars for free and funneled it into GOP and Republican campaigns, chat. I have sinned. I'm a fucking priest. I'm the Catholic Church. We're the biggest pieces of shit. Can you really do that, Robo? Did you just teach me something? Robo, honestly, my guy, if you just taught me something, my guy. You I need to remove. I'm breaking character fully. Yo, thank you so much, Robo. I had no idea that was a real thing. I have been doing the other thing I said for years to the point where it's literally muscle memory. I can do it in less than a second. You just revolutionized my workflow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, for real. I had to say that. All right, back into it. All right. Fucking legend, my guy. Wait. Oh, no, but no, watch. But if I set it to 30, wow. Huge. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for joining the channel. I can't believe that. I'm not going to front, though. I'm not mad I've done it as long as I did for as long as I have, because chat, I'm going to be real. I think part of the, I have pretty good reactionary times and buttons as long as I know the buttons. So, like, this is random and I'm breaking character. I feel like the reason I can do Fall Guys well is because I literally can just retain button mashing. Like, I can hit the same buttons over and over if I know what order to hit them in. I don't know. All right, one time I walked into a sushi restaurant when I was 15 and nobody was around to greet me. I saw a Pokemon card set behind a case. The case was also unlocked. I grabbed 3 of those sets and ran out the door, then ran down an alley, and they never saw me again. My child! The Lord is judging you for your thieving behavior. But Jesus, though he never existed and was a total fictional character invented for money, no different than Santa Claus, to get the average consumer spending their hard-earned money on shit that people are convinced they deserve annually. My child, you stole. You stole, my child. You stole. My child. You stole. Though having said all of this, I can only hope that you took those Pokemon cards home and burned them. Because in my household, I don't allow Pokemon content. Evolution against the word of the Lord. Praise be him. Evolution? Ask Christ. Ask Saint Michael about evolution, you sinner. God damn it. I'm pouring up more Hennessy. In my household, Pokemon, we don't talk about it. Hold on. I need more ice cubes. I said, get liquored up and take him to the Peach Tree dance. I'm literally getting bombed for this. Okay. My child, I can only say that you did the right thing by taking Pokemon cards away from another of the Lord's servants and children. Because Pokemon is an object, an aspect of the devil. Antichrist by nature. You know? And I can only hope you burn those Pokemon cards, my child. You are forgiven. Overall, my child, you are forgiven. You were also, I mean, listen, I would argue this. No, I don't want to make this life advice. I don't want to make this life advice. They never saw you again. Let's hope it was a one-time thing, my child. Pray to Saint Nick. Pray to Mary. Pray to Joseph, the original cuck. Pray to Joseph, the saddest character in the Bible. The original cuck. My child, pray to Joseph. Pray to the original cuck. Pray to him. Command life advice. Pray to them. As long as the thievery wasn't a lifetime of behavior, my child. Thank you so much for the gifted sub pickle to Robo. Robo, you're a legend. Alright, this is an intense one. My child, my ex had a sister. What is it that you want to bring to the Lord tonight? Embrace the Lord. My ex had a sister who posted videos on a pornography. While we were dating, I would watch some of her sister's videos without her knowledge. Granted, she made some good content. My child. We are dealing with so many instruments of the devil right now. My child. I must drink more to deal with this one because this one's heavy. Ooh, that might have been a bit too big of a sip. We're learning a lot about chat tonight. But again, Allie, to break character, it's all anonymous. That's the best part of this, is that it just creates, it's great. All right. My ex had a sister who, okay. My child, I mean, wait, my child. Listen, idle hands, you know what the Lord says, right? About idle hands, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Pornography is an instrument. But if we're being honest, my child, I think the curiosity got the better of you. And I would guess that I have a feeling you didn't just watch them like Laid Law said. Doesn't sound like his hands were that idle. Curiosity killed the cat. I mean, this is something where Jesus Christ, man. I mean, Jesus. Curiosity didn't kill the cat, unless it did. Now, you said that X. Is this why you're an X? Yeah, Melkor. Is this why it's your ex? Did you accidentally be like, well, I beat off to your sister one night because she posts porn websites? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. You were like, yeah, I've been subbed to your sister's OF for 16 months. Fuck you. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I mean, listen here. I don't know if this is going to be popular take. I would say the same thing if it was a woman. Like, in any reversal of roles, I would say the same thing. This is probably something better to never tell. Well, you're not with them anymore. It's best that they don't know about it. That's what I have to say on this scenario, my child. Now, you did have idle hands. We know what Christ says about that, even though he never existed. You did lust for somebody. We know what Christ says about that. Mary Magdalene, never heard of her. I'm a priest who takes untaxed dollars and gives it to GOP campaigns. Now, you watch pornography, which we know was never mentioned in the Bible once, yet somehow it's conveniently a sin, my child, a cardinal sin. So what I want you to do is when you go and receive communion this Sunday, I want you to take an extra hard swig out of the blood of Christ. When you go and see the blood of Christ, after you bite on that delicious wafer, I want you to take this type of sip from the blood. Wash us! Wash us in the blood, and say that, and then take this type of sip. And then go back for seconds. Yo, Dally. Dally, you know exactly what you walked in on, my guy. Yo, wash yourself in the blood. Get blackout drunk. And disregard your responsibilities. And donate to a church that's going to donate untaxed dollars to a shitty campaign. Okay. The next confession. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Whoa, this is... Okay. My child, infidelity. Oh, my child. My child. Yo, Rando, curiosity killed the cat. This is a long one. By redacted. Woo, I'm just gonna read it out loud, my child. This maybe should have been a life. It depends how you end it. Then choked the chicken. On the previous one, that's just one where if she found out your relationship is over, right? Granted, it's already over because you said X. I would just say this. If you love her, don't sub to her. Don't watch her sister's porn. Well, I mean, technically, I don't, God, it's just such a, Jesus Christ. That one's very deep. My confession, I've been having an affair for the last 5 years. Whoa. I don't know if this is appropriate for chat, but I'm reading it. My affair partner is in a similar situation. Essentially, our spouses have no libido. My spouse is a good person. But imagining not having any kind of intimacy with another person for the rest of my life terrifies me. This isn't an I'm not getting laid enough situation. This is a not at all. Whoa. As a result, I treat my sexual care as I would any other self-care. I like haircuts, going to the gym, and massages. Make an appointment, do our thing, go about our business. I understand this is rationalizing, but it's my astoundingly selfish behavior. If there is a lesson here, it's this. Don't be a cheating but seriously, don't get married thinking, okay, this actually just turned into something dead serious. This is again, chat, command disclaimer. But seriously, don't get married thinking things will stay the same forever or that you don't have to continue to work at it. Thanks for hearing me out. My child, oh God, this feels like a life advice, but I'm not going to answer it as a life advice. Listen, dude, infidelity happens. It's a real thing, especially amongst partners. This one's so serious that for the entire response, I'm going to be serious. You're not I'm not going to say that there's nothing I as my prone person could say to you about like who you are, what you are. It would be this, dude. Sometimes being honest is just the best route, but that also might tear something up. And that I think it sounds like this is no emotion, which is really the whole thing. It's the intimacy of emotion. Like sex is great, but at the end of the day, what keeps a relationship together is intimacy. And intimacy can be had so many different ways. Well, we don't know because this person never, I don't see she, he, that, like, they only did, so we have no, here's what I like about this submission, is that this is like a real confession, I think. We have no idea who this is. We have no idea. We have no idea if they're male, female, whatever, whatever. I would say this, man. I've always been somebody who's understood, like, it's not cool to cheat and lie, but I understand the idea of when you get married, you're signed into a pack of honesty, hopefully. I mean, I can't even be that serious about this. I can't. No, you're good, Laidlaw. You're good. I was pointing out that you were incorrect about this. I would just say, man, this is just a confession, like a true one, and I'm going to leave it at this. I would say whoever submitted this has a lot to work out. I think I do, like, I can be empathetic to this person. I can at 2 times on a real serious level, man, I can be empathetic, but also think that what they're doing is not that cool. And is like, yo, you gotta... for me personally, man, I'm being real probably because I've had some Hennessy. Sex is a part of it. It just is. It doesn't have to be great sex, but sex is a part of a relationship. So if we're getting into one, I need some like, I'm not saying like an unreasonable or communicated upon but I just wouldn't like, I am somebody who, I can understand. I'm not, you got to say a lot of Hail Marys. I'm going to move on from this one because this one's like dead serious. I would say this. When you marry somebody, it's the idea of things change and being honest with them and just being forward with them. That might change somebody's scenario. There are a lot of implications that could come from that or just fallout. Part of me wants to I'm just going to move on from this one and leave it at this. I am not equipped overall to answer this at all or even have fun with it. This one's like dead serious. This might have been one I probably should have kept off stream. And that doesn't mean it's super bad. It just means that what answer can I give that's the right one? It's a bad situation and one that has to be worked out. I had, okay. This next confession, my children, let's get back to it and drink. I had sex with my coworker and now I'm working on another one. My child, this is premarital sex. I've already said that enough times tonight, my child. I would say this, my child. So long as you are being fair with them, it's all consensual, it's all cool. You're not using any seniority to get this sex. Because theoretically, we don't know. You could be a manager and they could be a subordinate. So long as you are not leveraging anything against these coworkers, my friend, you are A-okay. Now, the Lord has already been judging you on the premarital sex thing. Just make sure you go to confession, though, because according to the Bible, you could kill somebody unjustly and then confess 10 minutes before your death, and Christ is going to let you in. It's crazy. The crazy thing about this fucking stupid, made-up, fictitious religion is that any person can confess and be forgiven. So, my child, it's not for me to forgive you, it's for the Lord. But go show him the error of your ways. Mixie, dude, calm down. Mixie, calm down. We're not outing anybody here. Everything here is meant to be anonymous. While I might tell you, my child, that shitting where you eat is the dumbest of ideas, my child, as I sip this Hennessy and pour more on this fucking... We've been at it for... Oh, my God. We've only been at this 50 minutes and I'm drunk. This 50 minutes has felt like a lifetime. So long as you are not disrespecting anyone, my child, the church, with its untaxed dollars, sees no error in your ways. So this feels more just like something to get off your chest, my child. Go say 16 Hail Marys, 69 Our Fathers, and next time you receive the Eucharist, pretend to eat it, walk back to your seat, fake walking back to your seat, walk out to your car, bleh, take the Eucharist out from under your tongue where you hid it, and burn it. Because Christianity is one big cult that everybody decide to call religion. Christianity is fake. Just like Catholicism, just like most religions. It's fake and made up. And was just a cult long enough for you to call it a religion and get exempt from taxpayer dollars. Next confession. Oh, God! I don't know if this is appropriate to share. Hold on. I don't like this. I don't like this one. I'm not gonna share this one. I don't like this one. This is somebody I think just having fun. My advice would be, yeah, I don't like this one. It just feels, because if I'm going to exempt I feel like this next one, if I show it, I'm leaving other people up to something that I've exempted myself from. Ooh. Hold on. I like this one. Oh, I like this one. I actually really like this one because I think this is somebody trying to... I like this confession. Don't get your honey where you make your honey. Having issues with people just hating groups people, for sure. Stop hating my religion because people use our name for evil. Hide behind the Bible and changes what it says and means. This sounds like kind of personally directed at me, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to answer this realistically. I'd say this. I'm friends with multiple people who are religious, Christian, Catholic, this, that. I was raised that. My family's Catholic. The fact that I still talk to my family means that I actually don't hate people like that. But what I do hate is their need and want to believe in something and hold it over other people. Like, again, it just boils down to this thing, man. This thing has done more harm than good. We think it's done so much harm because it's given people peace in some fake reality that wasn't there. You know what I mean? Like, I think this is somebody who dislikes how much shit I talk about religion. But I'm going to be honest, man. I'm never going to stop. I'm going to continue to do it. I hate on Christianity and Catholicism because guess what? That just so happens to be the tool that is pushing America to fascism and theocracy. So whether you like it or not, whoever submitted this, whether you like it or not, or whether you are religious or not, the thing that you subscribe to, unfortunately, is leading people to other decisions. And you just have to accept that. I don't think you're evil for being Catholic. I don't think you're evil for being Christian. But I do think this, that God is real and that Christianity is just a different blanket to cover a different body. And the idea that these blankets are used to hate upon other people, fuck you. Honestly, that's what I have to say. Hide behind the Bible and changes like, because here's the thing. No matter what this person says, stop hating groups. People like this person clearly, I would guess, feels persecuted in this chat because I talk shit about religion. Your main instrument is a Bible, and the main instrument in hate in government is literally the Bible. So like, here's my advice and confession. That unfortunately, you might have picked something that innately wasn't evil, that people chose to use as evil. And that, yeah, man. The reality is that there are tons of untaxed dollars going into political funding right now. I honestly think the person who sent this is just really religious and mad that I call out the church. Nothing I've ever said about the church. Well, no, that's false. I want to say this real quick. I have absolutely said unfair shit about the church and absolutely exaggerated and gone above. I have undoubtedly done that. But you know what I've also done? Display the real attitude of the church for people to see plainly and just coated it in a different instead of a sugar coating, an acidic one, so people could get the taste. The difference is that a religion in most cases is put down people's throats with a sugar coating so that they taste better. I just put religion down people's throats with the acidic coating, which makes them go, whoa, that doesn't taste as good. Yeah, because that's the reality of it. Like, there are tons of good, and I say this also, I reject this, whoever submitted this. I say all the time that there are a ton of good Catholics and a ton of good Christians, and that I know people who are good Catholics and religious people. So, like, my real take on this is that you don't watch stream enough, or you just don't listen to what I say enough, as unfair as that might be to say. The reality is that atheists ain't the one who are pro-life trying to take away women's rights. So, like, to write this message is to be cognizant of how you feel about it, but not how what the thing you submit to affects other people. So my honest reaction to that is that, like, nah, man. I'm gonna be a douchebag real quick and break character even more. Religion was made by man. Religion was made by man and women, men, human, to control people. Your issue is with the fact that you know other people are pieces of shit who subscribe to your religion. Your issue's not with me calling them out. Your issue's with them, the people who act that way. I'm a good person, man. I know it in my core, and I believe it too. You're getting mad at me because of the people who represent the religion you subscribe to. That's my final answer. I'm going to move on for this one. Religion was made to control people and literally make you feel comfortable in death. Where do we go where we die? I have no idea. I don't pretend to. Where we go when we die, who the fuck knows? I'm not going to make you give me money that's untaxed so that I can tell you, though, or make you feel more comfortable about it. Fuck you. Nah, fuck that message, honestly. Fuck that confession. Ooh, I like this one. It's no different than saying, why do you generalize police officers? Because at the end of the day, the goal of the police institution in America is to control people and literally oppress people and serve the rich. I believe there are good police officers, just like I believe there are good religious people. I just understand that at its core, that system only benefits one type of person in the long run and gives comfort to another. But in real time, it only benefits somebody else. That's why. Holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned, Buddha. I love that, Laidlaw. Has nothing to do with religion. Yeah, that person has a lot of issues with the people who subscribe to their religion, not me. They're just mad that I call them out and that they're represented. My problem is that religions have too many people I don't want to associate with. That's fine. Does your religion innately push? Like, again, I don't see Judaism. I'm gonna put a sword in the dirt right now. I don't see Judaism pushing people really to hate one another the way I see Christianity. So, like, you might have some people in Judaism where you're like, maybe I don't associate with them, but who are they? Like, how bad are they? Who are they? What are they? What do they make up? I don't know. I don't really know. All I know is how I feel about religion. I'll never apologize for it, and I'll never stop calling out the fucking terroristic institution that is the Catholic Church. Here's the difference. Catholicism, since most of us has been alive, has not been a terrorist organization. But for most of eternity, it has been. And most of history, Christianity was just a fucking cult that turned, like, please, go read up about the Crusades, man. I know my research. I know what I've read. Straight male. Here's the next confession. Ooh, this one's good. Straight male and experimenting with ass play. Kinda upset that people who I'm upset with the people who said it was gay or doesn't feel good. So this confession has a little bit of right, you could argue this person isn't displaying homophobia, but they are obviously talking about other people who do. It doesn't feel, or it doesn't, I hope everyone that reads this goes on and I'm actually done with this because now that I've read this, I think this is a troll message. I think that was a troll message. Chat, whatever you enjoy, you ain't wrong for. It's possible to be straight and enjoy ass play either way, or be gay or whatever it is, man. Here's the thing. The idea of being straight or gay or this or that, or even anything is just a label. It's just a label. You are whatever you feel at that time, at that moment in the long run. Like, you're not necessarily, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people would read that and be like, well, that is gay, or that is. I think that, like, I don't know. You are not allowed to have multiple. erogenous zones if it's in your ass. Wait, what?
Erogenous.
Oh, erogenous. I couldn't even understand that word. It's because I've been drinking. You are. I mean, chat, here's what I have to say. It's 2022. The institution which we are making fun of isn't gonna burn you at the stake anymore, thankfully, for your sexual orientation. Unfortunately, currently, there's one party in America, inevitably the GOP, that is. Be and do whatever you want, man. Like, if you want your girl to fucking peg you, let your girl peg you, bro. Who gives a shit? Or if you wanna, like, who gives a shit, bro? Who gives a shit? Like, you're gonna die one day, and nobody's gonna remember who we are. So just live it how you want. Like, if you've been with a chick long enough, you're trying to spice it up, or you want to this, that, I don't know. I remember the first time a chick asked me to use a... Now, I'm gonna calm down. Law. Like, I think anybody should feel comfortable being and doing whatever they feel. And again, also in the bedroom, whatever you do is your business, man. Like, be you. Take it up the ass for Jesus. Lol, Parter. I'm literally screenshotting that. That's the craziest message. Yo. Yeah, have a good time. Val said the male G-spot in the anus is good for you. It's good colon health. Check yourself. Again, dude, here's what I have to say about that confession. Anybody who feels the type, listen, would be this. Don't do it because somebody else advised you, or this, that, or just do what you want, right? Do what you feel and please. You're not weird for it so long as you're being respectful to the law and other people's wants and consensus, right? You know, consensual shit. Do what you want, man. Who cares, bro? Like, next thing you know, people are gonna tell you that if a chick eats your ass, it's gay. Like, dude, have fun. You're gonna die one day. Live how you want, bro. Get laid or don't. Do whatever you want. Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck, bro? The first time this chick asked me to use a sex toy on her, I remember thinking, wait, what? And then I realized, who gives a shit? It spices it up. Who gives a shit? I just want to, hold on. I'm not gonna do this next confession. It has to do with being lonely. Whoever submitted it. Because you know what's so funny? Some people would be like, bro, you did what? Like, that makes you this sexual orientation. Which, by the way, who cares what sexual orientation you are? Who cares what you identify, right? So if somebody's actually giving you shit for this or that, they need to check their own issues. It's not about you. You're right? A. And then B, I don't know. Like, who cares? Have fun, bro. Have fun. Whatever you do with your partner or the person that night, if they're there, just make sure, as long as it's good, who gives a shit, dude? Do your thing, bro. That's such like, because watch, the same dude who would say, that's gay, is the same dude who would say, bro, she licked your gooch, so cool. Like, what's the difference? What's the difference? The difference is what you're comfortable with. That's what. Fuck the people who are going to judge you. Live your life. Be responsible sexually. Fuck the Catholic Church. I would say this. Somebody submitted something about being lonely. I would just say this, man. Just chill. Like, people have their own life. Hold on. This isn't even a confession. I think this is more a life advice. My guy, it's so hard to find friends that don't disappear on the internet and this, that. Looking for... You're just going to have to try multiple communities and this, that. And man, don't feel... This isn't even a confession. Maybe the confession is that you feel lonely. I would just say engage with as many people, like make it a point, like, because if you're lonely in general, I could tell you this. This is now turning into more life advice shit. It's all good to feel lonely. Like, I feel lonely sometimes, dead ass. I felt lonely earlier last week. I felt lonely as fuck, alone, isolated, completely. Just every day or every time you feel that, try to make a real effort. And that's not by just saying, hey, let's game. Just start talking to people. Because one way to feel less lonely is to just talk to people. Maybe some people are getting put off by you just trying to game. I think that'd be weird, personally, but maybe they are. I just think, man, just the more we go out, the more we're in public, the more we put ourselves in positions to talk to people, I think the less lonely we have the chance to feel. And I relate to that. I think a lot of people do. And it's okay to feel lonely, man. And on that last one, if your partner, if your girlfriend's been telling you, I want to eat your bum for a long time, listen, bro. Shower before, clean it up, let her do it. Are you like, who, literally, what? Here's my question on the last, I'm still stuck on the last one. Because it's so funny to me, because it's only men who perpetuate. It really, like, I hate to be a dick, it's really only men who perpetuate it. It really is. What makes something quote unquote gay, right? What makes it that? Your perception or literally other guys trying to make you see something their way. Like, just let somebody, dude. That's why male gayness is, of course, that's why when you were, every male in here, watch this. One's in the chat if you've been in this scenario before. One's in the chat, only if you've been in this scenario. You were a young guy, maybe in middle school or high school, and you somehow got on the topic of switching genders or switching sexes, right? With your homies. How many of your homies were like, I'd be such a slut, but I mean, I'd be gay though. Like if I were a girl, I'd be gay, but not if I were a guy. The stigma around male homosexuality is honestly almost comical to me. How many guys here knew that, like, or ever witnessed another guy go, yeah, if I were a girl, I'd be a slut. But like a lesbian slut. You know what I mean, dude? You know what I mean? Bro, the way male gayness is so stigmatized, it's so funny. It's so fucking funny. Or ones in the chat if you've heard men talk like that before. Yeah. I mean, Biff, that's okay. Only in Palm Springs. Like, I've just literally heard those things where guys are like, I'd be such a slut if I were a chick. But, and then they think about what they say that implies that they'd be a straight woman. And they'd be like, but I wouldn't be taking dick because that'd be gay. So I'd be a lesbian, which somehow wouldn't be gay. Wait, what? And then you realize, oh, your sexuality and your ego is fragile. And you're so uncomfortable with how people think of you. You know what I mean? It's just hysterical. I guarantee so many dudes have seen or heard that before. I think maybe it was a movie. Homophobia is a red flag that leads you to think they just hate femininity and women. Not even, like, maybe, but just the idea to hate somebody that much is the red flag for me. All right. Let her eat your bum. Just make sure she brushes her teeth and uses Listerine. And vice versa, make sure you get that shit waxed. And make sure you shower before. And honestly, if my girl was gonna do that, I ain't eaten for 6 hours before. I'll tell you what, I'm trying to be friendly. I'm trying to be kind. All right, next one. Yeah, Biff, but Biff, you're obviously... Biff, hopefully you're joking about this and not being dead serious. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully you're joking about this and having fun with it. You're like, that, what you said is like, yeah. From a male's perspective, yes. It's like, oh my God. I used to love that discussion. Dude, if I were a chick, I'd be such a fucking slut. But for other women, because I'm straight. Like, it's like so fragile, and it's like, bro, like, it's all good. You're painting a hypothetical scenario. In this hypothetical scenario, you could be hypothetically straight or this or that. It's okay, dude. Like, but that, here's my thing, and I am breaking character even more. That's to show you how that insecurity is by default built into our sexuality. Like, our society by default builds insecurity within our own sexuality. Because so many of us have that same experience. Don't self-shave before, my king. Definitely don't do that because they understand. I meant it's like weird, dude. I would be weird. I don't know what you're saying, Biff. Trying to find identifiable characteristics of yourself, use a VPN. Law. Alright. I want to be naked in public. I'm drunk and I'm getting off topic. We still have life advice. It's only been an hour and 15 minutes. Stop. That last one just hit me because it always blows my mind when people are like, but this might be gay. And it's like, what's gay? Literally, dude, you either are or you aren't. Like, no action. Dude, people are just funny. Here's what's funniest to me. I'm in a place where I'm super comfortable with my sexuality. In fact, like, I'm gonna be real with y'all, chat. I have been since I was in fucking 8th grade. Like, I know this sounds crazy. I've been comfortable with my sexuality since I was in 8th grade. So I literally laugh when I read shit that boils down to, oh, this is just because people are insecure about their sexuality. Facts, Voller, facts. Well, no. Voller, not facts. That is, but. Anyway, next one. We get it. Yes, we get it. I want to be naked in public. Wait, what? My child. So homie or whoever wants to be naked in public and humiliated. I don't want to go to jail, and I struggle with getting the thrill without a crime. I mean, listen, my child, this is almost talking life advice now. No, they want to be humiliated. They said something very specific. You might be into some type of BDSM, dude. Go see if you can get engaged in some group that practices safe BDSM. That's what that sounds like to me, if I'm being honest with you, my child. However, having said that, my child, we also understand that that's a sin of Christ and sin of the Lord, and Lucifer himself will drag you down. If you allow that shit. So, I'm obviously kidding. If you want to be humiliated like that and that, there's the nude beach, but more so if you want to be humiliated, I mean, you could find some sex parties and like just get in with some doms and that. Especially if you're outside of America, it's even easier. Like, you know what I mean? To do that shit. But yeah, I would say there's 100 ways, my child, you can do this without doing a crime. And definitely don't commit a crime to do this. Just find you a dom or find you a group. Is there a sex party with only hot chicks? I mean, Biff, this is nonsensical. Amen, brother. Party, yo, Mixie. I mean, shit. Yup, get a dominatrix. But Biff also did call that out, too. So Biff knows what they're talking about. Yeah, see, Val knows. Just get you a fucking dominatrix or fucking, I mean, literally start a Tinder profile and a Bumble and all these profiles and put exactly what you, I think some people are afraid to be discovered in their area. Bro, put out a profile at all these dating apps and all this, that, and just put exactly what you want. And I guarantee that you're going to find it. Yeah, exactly. What Val said. Sounds like you want to be humiliated, my child. Now, that is a sin against the Lord. I'm going to pour some more Hennessy. All right, I love how I broke character and just started honestly answering all of these. No, you can't just go... Mantle, how are you doing tonight? You can't just go naked. You're going to get arrested. That's public indecency. Never, ever, ever do that. However... There are a ton of legal, consensual areas that they can do this in. There's no point for them doing that. Now, I might argue go for a late night swim naked and hold your boxers and put them on because you're holding them in case anybody comes by. I just think there's way more consensual places that you could do this. Oh, damn. This is another crazy confession. Oh, my God. This one's great. We're moving on to the next. I miss having threesomes with my partner. Goddamn. But we haven't found anybody compatible since before the pandemic. Facts, Val. Just go for a naked jog in the woods. Whoever that is. All right. I mean, I would say this. That's just a confession against the Lord. Because, as we know, that's, you know. I mean, you will eventually, right? Is the pandemic really the issue, or is it just you've been on a string of bad luck? I blushed and cried, lol. You know what I mean? Get on the apps. Yeah, there are ways you can find what you want, the previous one. I mean, yeah, get on the apps. There are ways you can find them. There are literally ways out there you can find them. Hold on. These ones are too intense. There's a few confessions that are too intense. And somebody said this one, and I'm just gonna address it, man. I'm a Christian. I feel deeply hurt that you're making fun of what I believe in. I would say this. Have you ever laughed at a Dave Chappelle joke? Have you ever laughed at a Kevin Hart joke? Have you ever laughed at a comedian's joke? Sometimes everybody gets made fun of is my first take. Secondly, I'm sorry you're hurt, but all I'm doing is being honest. If you're hurt by that, I'm sorry. You're not evil for being a Christian. My brother or sister or whatever. You're not wrong for being a Christian. I know tons of good Christians. But that would be like, what you're essentially doing is saying, like, if this season I told you I believed in the Baltimore Ravens, and at one point they were like 6-10, and I still told you, but I believe in them, and you kept like kind of grilling me, I might have grounds to stand on to take it easy on me. But would that not be a reality? Like, there's just not a lot of empirical and historical evidence to back up Jesus being real. I'm never going to apologize for the way I speak about religion, bruv. I'm sorry you're hurt. I'll apologize for that. I'm not apologizing for what I said. I'm not. Your religion has kept us back hundreds of years of progress. It's led to people feeling comfortable and shielded persecuting people. I am not going to apologize. I'm never going to. I was I was raised Catholic. I went to school until I was in 4th grade. I read the Bible. I read it. You're free to believe in shit. And by the way, I never judge you. I don't. Especially if you're a good person. Unfortunately, in my lifetime, I'm 31 years old. The amount of people I've seen openly use your religion to excuse racism, to excuse sexism, to excuse I'm not going to apologize because you don't apologize for them. So why should I apologize for me? Like, fuck that energy, bro. I still fuck with you. If you're, I know people who are religious. I'm with it. I'm not gonna hang out with you and grill you. So why do you believe in it, man? I'm not. That's your belief, dude. Good for you. I once believed in it. But what you're really mad about is that I'm being honest about what the Catholic Church is. That's all. I'm not gonna pull punches anymore. I'm over it. You're fucking honest about me being honest about the Catholic Church. That's what you're mad about. You're mad because you know good people who you feel I'm representing, who I'm not. I'm not representing the good people. I'm talking about the shitload of bad people that have held this country and world back with their stupid religious beliefs. And the people who are persecuting women currently because of a fucking book. You can either acknowledge that or you can't. I'm acknowledging that I'm wrong a little bit here, that I'm being unfair. I'm acknowledging that it's not all Catholics and Christians. But what I'm also acknowledging is that that church protected pedophiles with untaxed dollars for millennia. So whether you like it or not, that doesn't matter. Whether you're offended or not, ultimately it doesn't matter. That is my honest fucking belief. I hate the way you talk about police. My husband's a police. Bet, do you know where police started? Why they were put into place? All this shit? What they represent? I don't get, like... I'm spending too much time on it. Thank you so much for the 26 months.
26 months. Here is my confessions.
Somebody said, I feel annoyed you skipped my submission. It just depends what it is. It might have been too intense or too much. There were a few I missed. If you are the person who dislikes how I skipped the one about the word pimp, I have nothing to defend about using the word pimp. It's just a word I use because it's vernacular. I don't know who's annoyed that I skipped their submission. How do I forget about the haters? All right, we're at the end of confessions. We're still on confessions, and we're done with it. Right? Whether I like Ronald Reagan or not, I have to acknowledge and understand whether I, like, it literally, the mentality of this, I'm sorry, is no different than somebody who voted for Ronald Reagan in the 80s and in the 2000s goes, but I believed in him. I believed in trickle-down economics, and I believed that welfare queens were real problems to America when they were a fictitious invention. You feel hurt because you believe in something that isn't real. And or you feel hurt because, secondarily, I'm calling out a institution for being shitty. Right? If the Washington Capitals, or what are they? The Washington Generals now? They used to be the R word that represented Native American people improperly. Like, I can't even find a comp to this. I'm sorry you're offended. I'm not coming after Christians like you. I'm talking about the ones who tell a woman how to behave and act and then go throw $20 in a basket to feel good about it. That's who I'm talking about. So my honest take on this one, like this one, actually, I'll be real with you, Chad. It's because I've had something to drink. This one makes me mad because you're probably taking it personally because you view yourself within it. And I'm going to leave it at that. The Catholic Church has hurt so many people, left people ostracized from their families for base of a book. So like, that'd be like me, you getting mad at me for talking shit about Coca-Cola. But Coca-Cola has brought so many people together. It's something everybody shares and relates to and everybody enjoys and drinks. Yeah, but it also in America is made out of fucking high fructose corn syrup and has 40 grams of sugar and inevitably is unhealthy. So who are we gonna get mad at? Who are we gonna get mad at? Like, I'm good on that, bro. Fuck that. Lol. I'm honestly, I like sitting on this one so long because I feel passionately about this. I like people anonymously challenging me about what I have to say about religion. I do. Because the only reason religion was invented was to make me feel okay when I'm on my deathbed. That's the only reason. If you're willing to suspend your disbelief that the Virgin Mary visited somebody, how come they haven't done it in the last 100 years? Like, you're just willing to suspend your belief that the Virgin Mary did this and that and appeared before 3 children, but she did nothing about Hitler. Like, I just, with every ounce of my body, reject that idea. I just reject that idea. So you think 3 white children were worth the attention from the ghost of Virgin Mary, but not every single Jew in Germany and fucking Europe during the 30s and 40s? Like, you're just, by default, you're fucking smoked. By default, you're fucking smoked. Because to believe that shit, you have to suspend your reality. That's the end of Confessions. I love that. I actually loved what we just did. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Let's move over. We're gonna do life advice now. So I'm gonna take a quick break. I actually love this. I'll talk shit about religion, especially Christianity. Like, here's the thing you notice, right? Take one note, chat. How much shit do I talk about Judaism or being Muslim? Not a lot, because I don't know that much about it. I talk about things I know inside and out. And like, yeah, man. My guess is the person who submitted that has laughed at a comics joke that was at the expense of somebody else. I accept Christians, I accept Catholics wholeheartedly because I'm a good person. However, I'm going to talk a little shit about them. You're either with it or you're not, and that's fair if you're not. I don't blame you. But if I'm being honest, man, all I've seen religion do in my lifetime is destroy people, lead to sexual accusations, lead to pastors moving around churches because they offended and hurt children. So, like, my honest take is that you're giving to an institution that doesn't have humanity's best goals in mind. That's my take. And if I'm wrong for that, and if Christ is real, let me meet him head on, or her, or whoever they are. And I'll tell them I believed in this, though. And I did this because I thought this was better for my fellow man and woman. And if God is real, I bet they forgive me for that. You know what? You might have talked some shit, but your intentions. I just don't fuck with that, man. I know tons of people who go to church who are racist, misogynistic, and pieces of shit. The person who submitted that is mad because I acknowledge it. Is it unfair? It is. I'll admit it. I am a bit unfair with it. It's because I'm of it, and I know it inside and out. That's the secret. Because I'm of it. I was literally not, I was born into it. I was raised in it, and I saw it for everything it could be. Positive and negative. If you feel justified ostracizing your son or daughter because they're gay based on your religion, I just know something's wrong. Confessions was great. I need to take a pee break. Quick pee, and then we're going on to life advice. BRB. 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 Life advice. That was great. That was awesome. Confessions was great. Cheers. Cheers.